Bought when I was in Berlin is a belt from Loewe. So it's the anagram belt. I've been eyeing it for a while, and the price in New York City retails about $415. I will also list the prices on the side, so it's easy if you want to compare to see how much it is. Well, I mean, it's actually $490. Sorry about that. But let me show you the belt. This is what it came in. I mean, I didn't, because when you buy it there, you're not supposed to unwrap the items, so I didn't wrap it, but they wrapped it up pretty nicely. And it's basically just a box, and inside it's the belt with the dust bag. So I got the reversible belt in, I believe, in a smooth calfskin. So if you can see here, I got the brown and the black, so that's easy to match with everything. And the size that I got is 32, so that it actually fits on my waist with a little bit of room, so I can actually use it all the way. I could use there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5 holes, so it actually works. It sits on my waist, and also if I had pants that are a little bit lower rise on the hips, it actually still works too. So the one that I got is the gold one. I wasn't sure whether to get the gold or the silver, and they told me that the gold is usually the more popular one, and I don't really have a lot of gold items. In New York, the retail price for this is $490. If you do add the New York tax, it's around $533, and what I paid in Berlin was $397.38, and I actually got the VAT tax refund, so I got returned $37.42. So in terms of savings, if you were to, use the price with the New York tax, the $533, and subtracting what I paid, I saved about $173 or about $174 for this belt, which was pretty great. So I actually never owned anything from Louis Vuitton, and I wanted sort of like a card holder from them, because items from Louis Vuitton are nice, but there hasn't been anything that caught my eye. So I really wanted this pocket organizer when I saw this, and I think it's sort of made for men's, but I think it's great, for women too, because it's very thin. If you see, it's like super thin. It has a pocket over here, and if you open it on the inside, here are some of the items here. There is a pocket, like a slide pocket here to put items, another slot pocket over here, and then there's like a bigger pocket over here if you want to slip in some cash, and on the other side the same, there's a bigger pocket here, and then there are 3 sort of card slots on the top, and then on the bottom there's like a bigger card slot. So this is how the pocket organizer looks like. And the reason I bought this is because, so I thought, in terms of putting cash, it would be easier, because I could put cash here in the big pockets over here, or sometimes even use the side pocket outside here, and I could put like a lot of cards, and that would be great, because I normally don't carry that many things anyway in my wallet. So I think this is very good in terms of usability, and it looks really nice and very durable. I got it in the canvas. They also have a lot of different ones, and also limited edition ones, but I just got it in the normal canvas. So in terms of pricing wise for this, so this one in New York is $415. With tax is $451.84. So what I paid in Europe is $353, and this also had like a VAT refund, so I was returned $34. And if you were to subtract it all, my savings on this is about $132 or $134. So this is pretty good. I'm very happy with my purchase. So I got the Armani Privé perfumed Te Oolong. So I was supposed like this. I heard this smells like a bit like green tea. Shimmers in it, and there's one other version that doesn't have the shimmer. I kind of prefer that one, so I probably should have not, you know, bought this there. I should have gone to another store or so to see if they had it instead. So, but like I said, this was sort of an impulse purchase because I was like in the store and then it was there and I was just like, okay, sure. I was like, was 245. So this was already more expensive than what it is in the like if I were to just buy it online in the US for retail price. And I did get some VAT refund, which was like about like $24. But if I were to just buy it online in New York, it's only $195. And even with tax added onto the $195 is $212. So for this one I actually paid an extra $10. So I would suggest if you were to buy, you know, like perfumes or anything like that, definitely do your research online, or for any items for that matter. So I had a layover at London at the Heathrow airport, and because I was there, I was actually looking for a bag. I mean, I did try to look for a bag in Berlin. Like I actually went to the like two Chanel stores. I was looking for actually the mini rectangular in black, or just any sort of mini rectangulars that they have. They only had the one from the 23K collection, but it was in sort of bubblegum pink, which is very cute, and it had the pearl crush adjustable strap. But the thing is, I didn't really want that color. I wanted sort of more neutral or darker color because I'm not a person that buys handbags often. So if it's something that expensive, I would want it to be a color that I can use for a long time and something that I would really like, because you know it is a lot of money for these handbags. So when I had the layover at Heathrow, I decided to, you know, just check Chanel out and ask if they had any mini rectangulars, and they actually did. So this is how the bag looks like. So it's the Pearl Crush 23K collection, like mini rectangular. The straps are quite long and you can't adjust it, and so you know this is great because you can always adjust it into a crossbody bag, you know, side shoulder bag. That would be great too. And and when I was buying it, they said, oh, this is like one of the newer ones, and they had quite a few different colors. They had this one, I think it's about like a blue color, and then they also had the bubblegum pink one that I saw in Berlin. So for London, in case some of you don't know, this is what I didn't know too because I didn't really do much for my research, that London does not have the VAT tax refund. I think it ended during the year 2021. So for any of you wondering, if you were trying to buy items from London, they don't have the VAT tax refund. So whatever price that's listed for the bag, you know, that you see, you know, at the airport or anything, that's what you paid, that's what you're going to pay, and that's it. Everything's included in it. I paid for in the airport 5,660.89 so $561. If you were to look at the New York retail price for the Pearl Crush, I think it's about 5,500, but that's just retail price. You haven't, you know, factored in taxes yet. So with taxes, if it's bought in New York, it's 5,988.13. So if I were to just, you know, take the tax price to subtract the price that I paid for, I saved about $327.24. So in terms of savings, like I wouldn't say like if you were to buy it in Paris or something, I think you definitely may save a bit more. I don't remember the exact price, you know, what the price is in Paris, but I think if you were to buy it, you know, in Europe, like would be a bit more of a saving to buying in London. But the thing is, like, I'm not going to Europe anytime soon after my trip to Berlin. I'm not, you know, planning to travel to Paris or any of the European countries anytime soon. And also, like, if I were to buy in New York, I don't think I would be able to get it because I heard the minis are very, you know, they're very hard to get. Even the black mini rectangular, that's not with the Pearl Crush. There is a wait list to get it. So since they had it in the airport, I was like, I might as well just get it. And for this color, it's color that, you know, I can use sort of all year round. And it's also, you know, adjustable, which is great. So I don't really have to, like, you know, put the strap over the bag to make it a small shoulder bag or anything. So in the end, I am very happy with my purchase. So that's about it. So in terms of custom declaration, I did declare to customs that I did buy items. So they did charge me taxes on them. I know some people say they don't declare and some people say they do, and I think for best practices, I think you should declare. I know my items, most of them, they don't really, you know, they don't really cost a lot. Like, I'm not buying Hermes bags, like 2 or 3 of them or something like that. But I think if you're truthful about it, they usually don't charge you that much taxes on it. And this is also my first time doing the whole tax return thing. And I do notice not all custom people, when you're going through the border, even ask whether you bought something or not, because I had global entry and there were like a few lines. There was one line where they were just like, oh, you're global entry, and then like my friends and so are, they just like, they didn't buy anything, so then they didn't buy anything anyway, but then they were just like, oh, global entry, just go. And then the person that I got was like, oh, did you buy anything from returning to your country? And I said I did. And I think you should say yes if you did bought something, because a lot of the items that you buy overseas, you have to give in your passport and they record your passport, so they will be able to look it up even if you say no. And it depends on the person on whether, you know, they want to be nitpicky about it and say, okay, you said no, okay, I'll let you slide, if it's maybe for something that's not too expensive. But then if you bought like a lot of items, they may be like, okay, we see you bought items, like a lot of items, and then they may charge you even more taxes on it. So after I said yes, they took my passport and gave it to another custom agent. So when I went there, they just asked me how much was the price of the item that of the items that I paid for, and they asked me if I traveled with anyone, and I said I traveled with one family member and then had like a few friends with me, and they were like, were they here with you? And I said yes, because they already went through the gate already. And then he said, okay, since you are traveling with a family member, you actually get an exemption. Like, I get an $800 exemption and the family member gets an $800 exemption, so it's $1,600. So whatever the price I said I paid for my items, they would subtract $1,600, and the leftover balance is they would charge the sales tax on. So he charged me like 3% on that, and then in the end, I don't have to pay there at the gate, because I thought I would be paying there because it's my first time, you know, doing the whole back test return. And instead, he was like, they will send it to me in the mail and I could pay online. So that wraps up with all the items that I bought. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop it in the comment box, and if there's anything you want a more sort of thorough review on, let me know. Thank you for watching. Bye.